Next is transaction management. This is also very important for 4 marks. Okay, transaction management. It is a program unit whose execution may change the content of database. Okay, the transaction is consistent when it satisfies the ACID properties. These four properties are very important. Okay, let's see what are the ACID properties. ACID properties. In order to maintain consistently in database before and after transaction, certain properties are followed. Before and after transaction, certain properties are followed. Okay, they are atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Okay, let's see these four properties in detail. First is atomicity. It states that the transaction must be atomic. Atomic means completed or none. Either it is should complete or become nil. All or nothing rule is followed. Okay, all or nothing rule is followed. In this, two conditions are applied. First is about or commit. About means changes made to database are not visible. They are not visible. Commit means changes made to database are visible. Okay, these two conditions are very important while writing atomicity property. Next is consistency. Consistency means correctness, that the integrity constants must be maintained so that a database is in consistent state before and after transaction. Okay, before the transaction made changes are equal to after the transaction changes made. Okay, before money is equal to after money, that is shown here. Next is isolation. Isolation means transaction will be isolated, so one outside can view those transactions that made in a system view only. Okay, others cannot see the transaction, only system can view the transaction. This is known as isolation. Next is durability. Durability means time period. All updates done by a transaction must be permanent. Okay, it can't be retraced. Retrace means come back. Come back the action once we did the work. Once the action is did, it cannot be retraced. Can't come back. Okay, this is information about transaction management. This is very important for 4 marks question, and in exams most about ask about asset properties. Okay, next is concurrency control. Okay, it is executing multiple transactions at a time. It is known as a concurrency control. ATM transactions one after other. It is come under concurrency control. Okay, railway Tatkal ticket booking one after another. Okay, this is the purpose of concurrency control, to enforce isolation. Isolation means now only we discuss the changes made only visible by the transaction, means a system only, to preserve the database consistency. Consistency means in order to resolve the conflicts. Conflicts, here are the conflicts means errors. Errors. Read time, write time. Okay, write, read, write. These are the 4 errors. Okay. Here are the types of concurrency control, techniques of concurrency control. Logging is one, timestamp based and optimistic, and third fourth one is multi-version. Okay, let's discuss these 4 topics in exam. they ask main these four topics only. Hello guys, let's see the important topic, that is data models. It is underlying structure of a database. It is a conceptual tool that describes the data, relationship, semantics, and constants. Okay. The types of data models: relation model, entity relation model, object-based data model, semi-structured data model. These are the four types. Let's see the first one, relational model. Collection of tables. Tables represent both data and relationships in rows and columns. This is known as a relationship model. Second one is entity relationship model. We have discussed that what is entity. Entity is a real world object that have physical existence in the world. Let's see entity relationship model. Collection of basic objects called entities and its relationship. These entities are real world things or object. Okay. Next, object based model. OOPS languages, C++, Java, C hash hash, etc. We need these to create these type of features. To create the object based models, we need all these features. Okay. Object based model is equals to ER model. ER model is entity relationship model plus object oriented features. These are needed to create this type of models. Next is a semi-structured data model. It is a specification of data. Individual data items of the same type may have different sets of attributes. Okay, this is a constraint to previous data models. Language support in these is XML, extensive markup language. Okay, this language is used in semi-structured data models. This is about data models. This information is enough for your basic learning. Next is a very important. It is a deadlock. It is a situation in which two or more transactions are waiting for one another to give up locks. One transaction is waiting for another to give an up lock. Transaction 1 is waiting for transaction 2. Transaction 2 is waiting for transaction 1. Okay. In this a very important one topic, that is two-phase locking, 2PL. It is concurrency control technique, both locks and unlocks. Okay. These are two types, growing phase and shrinking phase. Growing phase locks are obtained but not released. Once it obtained, can't be released. In shrinking phase, locks are released but not new locks are obtained. Okay, these are the two types of a 2PL. There are disadvantages of 2PL. Okay, there are three. Holding lock unnecessarily. Unwantedly, lock is appear in two-phase locking. Locking too early, too fastly locks if any lock is obtained. Penalty to another transaction. If if limited transactions are given, if we did any extra transactions, penalty is applied to those transactions. Okay, let's see the types of 2PL. Types of 2PL means a two-phase locking system: conservative, strict, and rigorous. These are three types in the 2PL. Okay, these are very important while writing a deadlock. Conservative means after commit only release the lock. Before commit, no release lock. Strike means until commit, here exclusive locks can't be released. Okay. Regress means shared or exclusive can't be released until commit. These 3 points are very important in to appear. Okay, let's meet in our next video. Thank you. Today is a very important topic, that is about aggregate functions. These are very important for 4 marks or 8 marks. The calculation on a set of values and return a single value is called aggregate functions. There are 6 types. First one is average, second one is maximum, third one is minimum, fourth one is sum, fifth one is count, sixth one is count but star. Let's see the first one, average. It returns the average value of data values. Okay, this syntax is very important while writing the aggregate functions. Select average. These are less than column name, greater than from two parentheses table name, and at last semicolon is very important. Okay. Next is max. Maximum is here maximum. It returns the maximum value from a column. If you need a column, the maximum value is given. The syntax also very important. Select max to parenthesis column name from table name. At last semicolon is very important. Next one is minimum. Minimum, it returns the minimum value of from a column. Okay, minimum value is returned if you want any minimum value. Its syntax is select minimum and column name from table name. For all these aggregate functions, similarly, only one syntax is there. If you guess that syntax and write in exam, you get a good marks. Next one is sum. It returns the sum of two values. Sum of two values, if we given any aggregate function, it gives the sum of the total column. The syntax is same as a minimum. Select sum column name from table name. Okay. And the fifth one is a very important, count. It returns the total number of values given in a particular column. Okay, it doesn't give any particular type, only number of columns is given by count. Select count column from table, same as the previous syntax. Use just remember that syntax. Next, count is very important. It returns the number of rows in a table. Okay, first gives number of columns, it gives number of rows. The syntax is same as the previous syntax. Okay, you just need to